He's supposed to be. Yeah, can you pick a logo, drop a logo you think would be for Stay Sharp music?
Take two.
So,
Welcome to another episode of We All We Got. My boy DJ H2O.
Yeah, the one and only. Hopefully he remembers his name today.
Crispy B, there we go, Crispy Brown. Had a little bit of a memory lapse last week, but I practiced. I'm like, yo, my name is Crispy Brown. I practiced that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm ready to announce my name as Crispy Brown and remember it this time.
Just messed it up again. All right.
This is episode how much?
Number
10?
10 tenors.
All right.
But
I didn't realize
secretly, the first three are hidden.
They're hidden under wraps?
They're hidden. They can't be seen right now.
All right.
We gotta find them, put that out there. But yeah, you can get episodes 4 to 9 on YouTube.
And where else?
Well, right now you can get. We just popped off on Spotify.
Spotify?
We are Spotify, and right now it's just episodes 4 and 5 on there. I will get the other ones up,
But more to come.
yeah, they will have all of them at some point. They'll be at the same pace, and this one will be on there too. Yeah.
All right, so let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Any shout outs though first at the beginning, or no, you want to say that to the end?
Yeah, we'll shout out. We'll shout out at it. You know what we could do is a couple shout outs at the beginning.
Shout out to all the people that came back from Caravana safe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to attend. Not unfortunately, I haven't gone in a few years, but it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I've graduated a little bit from it, but you know what? I'm glad that there's still some revelers. There's people out there that still celebrate the culture. My thing is, I'm just too old to be jumping up and dancing and waving and all that. But I'm hoping that everybody had a safe, long weekend. It's still a long weekend, but hopefully everybody had a good time down there. If you did attend the festivities and enjoyed the culture, the music, the food, the dancing.
I haven't been in a while either, but you know, I was just
What's
thinking
your excuse?
maybe
I gave my excuse. What's your
it's
excuse?
basically the same thing. One night, crowd. Yeah.
Is it the crowd?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just. Like I said, I liked Friday night, so when Friday Young Street was popping, that was my thing for Caravana weekend. I know a lot of people, our era knows about that and things like that. So that was my Caravana weekend. That's what I would do.
And you know that we're telling our age when we still announce it as Caravana.
That's all I know.
It's no longer titled. What's it called now?
I don't know.
The Caribbean Festival.
That's what it is.
Something like that.
Last time I
think.
heard it was Scotiabank
Scotiabank
something
yeah.
festival. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Caribbean Festival or something like that. Well, it'll always be Caravana to me. Just like Skydome will always be Skydome. You can call it what Rogers Center now, whatever.
That's
Skydome to me. ACC will be ACC.
There you go. But I didn't hear any news. Thankfully, thank God.
I heard something, but I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Okay.
I think it's one of those, because apparently it happened at like a nighttime, but they're trying to say, oh, the shooting at Caravana. What people saying, well, Caravana was done a long time before whatever shooting went down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it was down Lakeshore side or something. So
we can't really say.
I'm not gonna attach it to it, because from what I'm hearing, right, it doesn't sound like it was a part of it. It just happened on that weekend.
Yeah.
So obviously something happened on that weekend, they're gonna try and attach it to it, but
Yeah.
which is foolishness, because it has nothing to do with the event, the parade, or any event attached directly to Caravana. You can't really say, oh, there was a shooting at Caravana, right? Like, there's a concert down here and someone gets shot outside the arena down the street, you're gonna say, oh, there was a shooting at this person's concert? No. So can't really say that with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like, I would love my kids to grow up and experience the culture and experience the vibe and
We should go
experience the
next
music.
year. We should take them next year.
Yeah.
Family thing. That's how I'll go next.
Or Kitty Caravana. That's another
We
one.
take them to that. Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah. But shout out to anybody that attended the festivities. Again, hopefully everybody came back safe and sound, well rested. I know that there's another work week ahead, but
Actually, we should be doing this next year from Caravana, maybe.
that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? So
That's a good idea.
there's a thing right there. Maybe we will be a part of the festivities all the way through.
We'll be there. WAWG. That's all
But
we
yeah,
got.
shout out to another, I guess, successful year. Hopefully you guys can get some money and people will start giving back to Caravana.
Next year we'll go with some swag, some shirts, some water, some food made by and prepared by DJ H2O.
Whoa. That's gonna finish quick one time. 'Cause I know you'll finish
I'll
half
probably
of it.
finish it. That's right.
But all right,
Let's
let's
get
go.
into some topics here.
That was our.
Let's start it off with sports.
You know, that's
One of
what
our
we do.
one of our favorite topics.
Yeah.
If you guys have been paying attention to the news or the sports world, what came in the news this week is Unc. They call him Unc, but we call him Shannon Sharp or Shay Shay, whatever you want to call him. He's been in the news lately, as you guys know, for allegedly, according to the person that's brought forth the complaint of rape. Now, we didn't know the details. Again, there's two sides to every story. The middle ground is apparently it was consensual at one point, but it turned into something more physically abusive, verbally abusive, and this is coming from the complainant. That Shannon Sharp became overly aggressive at one point. And she had audio to produce those facts. Fast forward, Shannon said that, you know what, I'm gonna countersue for these guys basically defaming my character and my name and my reputation. But the settlement was made this past week that both sides have agreed to squash it. We don't know what the dollar amount was that was agreed upon. We do know that the original suit was for $50 million. This is the plaintiff suing Shannon Sharp for $50 million. We don't think she got it. I highly doubt that she got the $50 million, but we'll never be privy to the information as to how much she actually got. I'm assuming it's in the millions.
Oh yeah, it's
right?
Millions.
But me and DJ H2O had an off-screen debate whether or not, if you settle right away, does that say that, you know what, you're guilty? Or does it, you just want it to go away and be out of the news circulation and everybody go on their separate ways? End of the day, again, Shannon Sharp, it's over. He made a settlement to the plaintiff. We don't know what the dollar amount is. She was accusing him of rape, all this other stuff, but his side saying that it was consensual. They went to court for it. They settled behind the scenes, and it's over and done with. But to your point, what do you think?
So as I said, we don't really know all the details of the case. So our discussion here is not necessarily about Shannon Sharp himself. So, but what we were saying was, does settling say you're partially guilty if you settle? You're saying it does. I say it doesn't, in a sense, because depending on certain things, what's come out, your name, because you know it's easy to get your name dragged through the mud for certain things. It doesn't even matter if you are found completely innocent of it. People will still stick to you and stick that name to you, whatever it is, whether it's
that title.
Yeah, the title of whatever it is you're being accused of. Right. My example was with the Drake situation, him being called a pedophile, which there has really been no proof of actual not he's hanging out with someone, okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, you need actual evidence that he did something, and there hasn't been any of that. Same way, there hasn't been, as far as I know, any proof that Kendrick beat his wife or was is spousal abuse. No, it's alleged, but I'm saying I haven't heard any concrete proof showing, or even any like a report filed or anything to say, oh yes, for sure. But notice there's no attachment there. So both of them, there's nothing, no proof has been given for both of them. But that pedophile attachment, look, there's no proof, but if you go through the comments and read, people call him that. People actually think he is. There's been, and he hasn't gone to, there has not been no case, he hasn't been charged of anything, no one has even, there has been no victims to come out and say anything. But he has this stigma attached on him. He didn't pay nothing or nothing like that. So in that instance, like, it doesn't matter if you pay or not. Someone can say something, and your name is basically tarnished. Now, sometimes you know if that person's after money it's okay, do I want to go through all of this in the end to still pay them money? But now certain details come out, which doesn't mean anything negative about you, but it's just details about your sex life or something now that you don't want people, or people don't really need to know.
Or you don't want that put out.
Right? That's going to get put out there because of whatever, and now you still settle in the end.
I hear what you're saying. I think the two genres are a little bit different though, right? And the reason why I say that is because in music, or especially particularly in hip hop, you can say the most amount of crap on a song. Not everybody's going to believe that, right? Because we do know that 90% of what these people say in their rap songs ain't true.
Yeah,
right?
no, I get what you're saying. I'm
As
just
opposed
talking about names being sticking to someone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But go ahead, yeah.
I just think that when it comes to Shannon Sharp and his genre of work, right? He's on camera facing the audience every single day. And when he speaks, whether it be sports, news, entertainment, you would assume that what's coming out of his mouth, what he's communicating to us, is actually true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his role. When he's talking to us about sports, he's speaking about facts, right?
Most of the time, sometimes
most
opinions,
of the times,
but yeah.
When he's talking about something that's whatever's in the news, we're taking as verbatim as truth, as opposed to when we hear something in a rap song, it just sounds nice, right? So when he's being accused of something, right, because he's camera facing every single day, and people take for what he's saying and what he represents as truth, you would have to at some point defend yourself. So if someone is accusing me of something, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and fight that. To me, if you settle right away, there wasn't a settlement right away, but if there's a settlement period, right, and you don't get to discuss, well, this is exactly what happened from my point of view, and let the courts decide what it should be. If you don't go that route and you just want to pay the so-called victim money, it sounds as if you're guilty of something, right? Or else you fight it.
No, I get what you're saying, which makes total sense too.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes people are just after money. Sometimes,
and 100%.
and you know what?
100%.
Honestly, to me,
Yeah.
if someone actually did something, okay, whether it be, if it was sexual assault, okay, or sexual assault or rape, even if it's pedophilia or something like that, okay. To me, if someone did something to you, I don't know, or if someone did something to my child, I'm not asking for a settlement. I want to see you go to prison. That is what I would want. So if someone's willing to settle with that type of crime that happened, that to me it shouldn't look bad on the person who, like, obviously if they did it, you know what I mean, or whatever, but it still looks even bad on the person or the parent or whatever settling for some. If you really believe this person did it, you know they did it, I'm not settling nothing.
Yeah.
Right? As the person being accused, if I did it, obviously I'm gonna want to settle so nothing comes out, get it done, and it could get swept under the rug, whatever. But if I didn't do it, but I know you're after money. I guess it all depends on what I'm being accused of. I'm not saying you settle anyways, just to, because they're after money. No. If you know, like, you have a solid case, like, okay, boom, 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 this is, you'll get found, whatever, not guilty, whatever it is. Stick to it. Don't settle. You do your thing. If you know you got the right evidence, they really don't have anything against you, whatever. But if you know, like, this is gonna get dragged out, even if it's gonna prove that you didn't do it, right? But it gets dragged out, stuff's gonna come out in the media or certain people are gonna get brought up to trial and all that stuff, and you don't want them going through that. I can understand you settling then, like, listen, I know I didn't do nothing. I know why you're here. You want this amount, or you want a certain amount. I'm not gonna give you what you want. If you're looking for $100 million, I'm not giving you $100 million.
I find it interesting.
But you can get something to just, all right, boom, done, all right, move on the way. And that right there, now if that person says, okay, I'll take it, then for me, I'm kind of thinking like, so you're fine with what happened to you. It wasn't that big of a deal what happened to you because you were willing to take money. As I said, if someone committed a crime towards me, I need to see you go to prison, and I should be getting money.
Yeah.
Right? Any of those type of cases, like, it shouldn't be either going to jail or get money. Like, in the end, if this person committed a crime to someone that's really that bad, yeah, they should be going to prison, and you should be giving them money too, taking care of whatever their court fees, whatever that is, any medicals, whatever, and giving them money on top of that if they went through all of this type of trauma. Yeah. But
so it was pretty much a civil lawsuit. So he wasn't going to go to jail. It was just a monetary,
Okay, but I'm just saying the name too. Like, we know it's dragged out. His name was dragged, and there's people who are just gonna probably still associate him with it regardless. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of what you're worried about.
That's right. The interesting thing about it is, though, he settled, and then ESPN fired him, right? And that more or less makes me come to the conclusion that they're thinking, okay, well, if you settled, there's some guilt there. That's just.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. Maybe, as opposed to, let's see, because they didn't fire him before. What if he actually did bring it to court? What if he did fight it? He was innocent, and he kept his job. So that's what I'm saying. He, instead of settling, he could have seen where this would have played out.
We don't always get all this information real time. We heard it after, but he could have been fired a long time. They just said, we're just not going to announce it until after you make it, because whatever dynamic that works for them behind closed doors or whatever it is, right? But they could have told him, yo, we're letting you go. But maybe, I don't know, I guess they would have said he's let out of his contract or whatever. But maybe there was a date that, okay, well, we can't announce, if we announce this now, we're going to have to give him this amount of money or this. I know he probably got something, but maybe it would have been worse or more for him to have to take. So they're like, all right, we'll wait, we'll announce this date, we'll tell him hint, or maybe they agreed with him that, all right, this, and this, we're not going to announce it until after this, and then blah, 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 and you move on. So
let me ask you something.
I doubt it was like, it came out and then these guys got on the phone, hey, we got to fire him the next day and said fire. No, that stuff's already dealt with from time. We just hear it at different times.
Let me ask you something. I'm going to throw on the spot here. Do you think that there is a systemic attack on famous black entertainers right now, whether it be through sports, music, anything? Like, when you consider P. Diddy, and when you consider,
I think there's still some sort of attack. It's probably not as out there as we used to see it, obviously, because times change. But I won't say it's not maybe not a right out attack where you see them coming at us, but there's a blockage. Right? They're allowing us maybe to get to a certain level, and it always seems like, okay, when it seems like someone is pushing above to a certain spot, it's like always some type of news, something comes out about these people, and it's like, no one's saying don't release these news, but it's like, I don't want to hear something they did 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Not saying it's still not a crime or whatever, but it just makes you think, like, okay, you're telling me this, no one knew about this for 15, or one person knew and they just kept quiet because they wanted to keep their job, or they felt like, I don't know, their name was going to get tarnished and they'll never get a job somewhere again. No, I'm pretty sure people know stories. And you always hear it in the end, we heard stories, we knew stories, we heard this, we've heard that. And it's like, if so many people know this stuff, why couldn't you come out then? Maybe even 5 years after, 2 years, something like that. So many people know it. There's your case. Come out and say something. Why are we waiting until people build up and then we wonder, this person's a monster? Well, if someone did something at the age of 5 and you don't stop them or tell them it's wrong or try and correct them on it, and they keep going, now they're 15, 10 years into it, they're still doing it. Maybe someone might mention something, but it's the only person knowing to say something. Now they're 30. Now all of a sudden you want to get on this person, and now everyone wants to jump it. It's like, well, no one stopped him for how many years? They're gonna keep doing the same thing. it's not right. It's not right, but no one's stopping them. No one's telling them, hey, bro, you need to. No, you can't be doing this.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It goes both ways to me in a sense. Yeah. At one point, like I always say, in the beginning of something, if you don't stop it, at a certain point, you can't really be mad at the person that continues to do it. Like you can be, obviously, you don't have to accept them or whatever, but you gotta understand, like, no one stopped them, so you need to help them more than to just like, just reprimand them and just knock them down and be, oh, you're a terrible person, and that's it. Yeah. Because.
Yeah, and I think I've said this, going to your point, I totally agree with you. I feel as if once people reach a certain pinnacle, or once athletes and entertainers reach a certain pinnacle, for some reason you have these shadows that come creeping up specific at that point in time to bring them down. And I find that kind of discouraging, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel as if, is it even worth being
that
famous?
Yeah, that famous, or even that famous.
Or that famous, you know what I mean? Like, I look at people, for example, like Denzel Washington, that dude really needs to be studied.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the business for so long.
And he's been famous.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
And you can't count on 3 fingers how much times his name has been in the news for any negative publicity. Right?
I don't even think I can count on one. I don't think I've ever heard his name.
Me neither, right?
And if it has, I don't even know if it's something true. It could have just been something someone exaggerated about or tried to make a big deal out of it. And I barely even heard those. Like, really thinking about it, I've never heard anything about Denzel Washington. I hope I never do, and especially, I know the day will come, but we know whenever that happens, I don't want to put it in the air, don't want to hear it after.
Yeah.
You know, he's gone and meet some people that, I don't want to hear stories then about, oh, well, he used to this back in, because, that is definitely what we're not going to have, because it doesn't really matter now.
Yeah. So if you're up and coming and you consider yourself like,
do you want to be big time? Just put your stuff out there now.
A DC actor, thank your blessings they're not an A+ actor right now, because once you reach that pinnacle, once you reach that height, they're looking to bring you down. But I just find it suspect or kind of weird that it's just black folks that are just getting exposed right now.
You'll get the 1-2.
Like you get the Weinsteins.
You get the 1-2 card, yeah. But even that, look, he's still not. He's not getting dragged. Like, I don't know.
Oh, he's getting dragged.
I guess no one wants to talk about him, which is also, I guess, a good thing, right? You don't really want to keep putting his name out there and keep him in that spotlight. So that's a good thing. But I know there's plenty more of them. It's just it just doesn't feel like it gets exposed or as put out there as much. Like you hear it, they'll maybe for a day they'll make a big thing, and then it's just, all right, let's find another story that's bigger. They'll shrink it, and it just stays, and you don't hear anything about it. But anyways, all right. This next one I know nothing about. I heard he got arrested, and that was it. And I saw the Swaggy P video I think he made of him talking about, oh man, how could you do that, man? So I don't know if he was like just getting at him as in a joke way, but yeah. Gilbert Arenas?
Oh, Gilbert Arenas,
yeah. She says they're getting charged for illegal gambling in a place he only rented out. I don't know what happened there. You gotta tell me on this one.
All right, so I guess it was back in 2019. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But it was past years, right? Gilbert apparently rented out a mansion. These are his words. He rented out a mansion, I guess for his friends or whatever, and then left it alone, right? Already the story doesn't make any sense, but that's the story that he's sticking with. He rented out a mansion, and I guess his friends were able to come and go as they please.
Okay.
But it turned out when the feds were investigating that it was an illegal gambling house or a gambling establishment, right? Now, that is illegal in the States, right? You can't use your home or your humble abode as a place to...
Can't make money unless the government's getting a piece.
100%, right? So the setting was replicated as a casino, right? Where you can come in, make your wagers, gamble on some games. Well, the feds were investigating him for a couple of years. I think it was from 2020 to 2022, I believe, or 2021 to 2022. And he was found, I guess, allegedly criminally liable for holding this establishment for gambling purposes.
Yeah.
So my thing is, why is this illegal, right? Whether he rented it out for that purpose or not, or it's completely oblivious to him, whatever. But if you have your own little place and you invite your friends over to play poker or whatever the case may be, why is that illegal? Who is it hurting?
Well, again, like you said, we don't know the whole story, so don't kill us, just inform us.
Yeah.
But I'm just assuming, like I said, it could have been like, obviously when we are doing, if we do a little poker or something like that, we're not betting extravagant amounts of money. I'm not saying his friends are, I don't know who his friends are that are living in the place. Obviously, if he's paying for the place and stuff, they're definitely not making his type of money. But I don't know what he's set them up with or hooked them up with. Maybe they have money.
Yeah.
Maybe it was big money. That's the thing. Like I said, if the government's not really making money off of you, if you're making money,
Yep.
government's not getting a piece of it somehow, most of the time it's illegal.
Yeah.
Right? If it's big money, you know what I mean? Even like little things you do, you gotta get permits and this and that, you know? They gotta be involved in somehow. That's the only thing I could think of is that unless there was other stuff going down, because
No, it's
illegal
just
gambling,
gambling. It's just
okay,
gambling.
so
That's
illegal
it.
gambling, the only thing I could, unless they were charging people to come in, maybe that might be the thing. Because maybe if it's just you have friends over and you guys are just playing, and you have money on the table, I guess, that might be okay. But maybe if you're charging people to come in and that's what they're coming in to do is to gamble and stuff, I don't know the rules, so.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of is be illegal in that way. Is maybe the amount that's being thing. Maybe they were charging people to come in. Because if it's just your friend, I don't know how many friends he had living there. If you had 6 friends, I really don't know how this is an illegal gambling going on with 6 friends playing playing cards or betting, some type of betting amongst each other.
Yeah. And I want to know why it's a federal thing, man. That seems really extreme. You know what I mean?
Gambling, it's money.
I get I guess they call it Uncle Sam South down there, but why does Uncle Sam always have to have a hand in your personal pocket,
Yeah, man,
right?
even when you win the lotto, you got to get a piece of that.
I mean, it sucks too because you're just looking for a night of fun, a week of fun, whatever the case may be, and it's almost as if whatever you do, it has to be taken away. You know
Well,
what I mean?
maybe that kind of makes things cheaper in the States because they pay, not every state has taxes, one. So, but Uncle Sam gets a piece of basically everything and all that. But obviously their lottos they do, but their lottos are disgustingly massive. Even whatever's left over is still like 4 or 5 times more than us in one of their Powerball lotto. I think it's the Powerball one, right? Because that's usually like
I think it's like they have like
hundreds of millions that gets.
There was a
I think it got up to
billion
a billion
one
once.
a
Yeah.
couple years ago, yeah.
And even if sometimes it's half of it, that's 500 million you're leaving with. That's still more than any lotto we've had. You combine all our lottos together here for one big jackpot, and it's still not coming up to most likely 500 million.
Yeah.
Right. So I get that they put in, but things are usually cheaper compared to here.
Yeah.
Are cheaper there to purchase and stuff. So it's like, okay, they get a hand in everything, but maybe that is why products are a little bit cheaper. I don't know. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Any Americans watching a thing, let us know why Uncle Sam has a hand in everything over there.
Yeah. But it's a serious thing, man. He can go to he obviously paid his bond to get out, but if convicted, he can face a good amount of years.
It kind of sounds like the Michael Vick situation to me, because he got in trouble for the document, but it wasn't him that was acting. He just owned the house. It was at his house or something like that. So that's what they're like. Because remember, he was playing.
Yeah.
So and his boys were the ones staying at the house. So obviously that's probably their way of making money, and they had dogfighting going on.
I mean, I guess it's for again the only.
I'm just saying.
I know I'm picking at straws here, but the only thing with that is it's the abuse of animals.
No. I'm saying, as in their part, like they weren't there.
He
doing
wasn't there.
Yeah, Michael Vick wasn't there either.
Okay, yeah.
But the same way Gilbert wasn't there, but he owned the property
yeah.
of what's going on there. So they're saying you should know what's going on, which you should try to, But again, they can tell you one thing, unless you're physically there all the time, or maybe you have a camera, which I guess you could, but you don't want to be, you don't want to have that intrusive thing. It's your boys. You should trust them. You know what I mean? But I get, other than the security cameras, but I get. You trust your boys, they're there. You're not going to really be watching what's going on. You're playing. You're out. Gilbert isn't. Which is
Let's
different.
just say we believe his excuse. Do you really think he wasn't privy to knowing nothing that was going to a place he rented out?
He